because I'm sick and I'm in so much pain, it's hard for me to just sleep. So I tend to work. And I went online and I started doing some research. And I cannot believe the stupidity of we the people and allowing our governments to create laws, which is further to my previous podcast on invitation to commit fraud. Did you know that in some states in the United States, and I apologize to that American who tried to point out to me that there was secret filing in the U.S. Well, I didn't understand that, in fact, it's true. In some states, they are so medieval, you don't even have to register a deed, a transfer of a deed, or a mortgage. You can stick it in a box to be opened when you die. Unbelievable. And in California, they fought to bring in a law that you had to register. But not all the states have done that. And when I look at the history, their laws come from Spain, France, and England, predominantly, depending on which state you're in. And I do know that in French law, I'm going to tell you a little story. In Quebec, in 1964, I met a beautiful woman who was extremely wealthy, a multimillionaire, and owned a cosmetic company that was located in Montreal. And at the time, French law was still in effect. So she and her husband, who was an ambassador, couldn't get married because if she got married, all her assets, money, business, home, investment properties would all be automatically transferred into his name by marriage. That was French law. Ha! The only good thing about French law is that if you severed joint tenancy, you had to serve notice first. You had to give notice. You couldn't do it in secret. So imagine that you can have own property and transfer title, and it's not registered, and so nobody knows. It's in a box somewhere. And what if they don't find the box? Well, tough tip. I don't know. And this article, of course, didn't indicate which of the states, because I think the research would be so extensive to have to go through all 41 states or how many states they've got. So what a mess. Really, these laws should come under a federal government. Like I've said this before, you can't allow states, when it comes to real estate, to have these stupid laws. Now, in British Columbia, I came across an article and a blog by a legal journal that they're trying to bring in an act. You don't even, here I am fighting secret filing. Well, I'll give you one better. The registry in British Columbia doesn't even know who owns what. You don't even have to register the name. So it's being used, real estate is being used in British Columbia for money laundering. And they're trying to bring in an act to stop this. I mean, I don't know what else. Unbelievable. I'm in contact with Martin McDermott, who's attempting to, he's got a meeting this morning with a member of parliament to try to bring some, to stop the fraud. Because these laws are an invitation to fraud, but his issue is with the online system. It's being used. Well, what he didn't realize is the laws were broken to begin with. So all they did was expand the disparity in the laws and the invitation to commit fraud. So now online, the situation of fraud is just has escalated and mushroomed beyond a level that's unbelievable. But we the people, what a bunch of friggin' dummies, and I say me, I was educated in real estate for 23 years, and I had no idea that our laws were so wide open for crime. And quite frankly, I don't think my lawyers did either. It's been my experience that the lawyers don't even know the laws. Unbelievable. And I don't know. It'll be up to the next generation to do something to clean it up, because it sure as hell ain't going to happen by mine. Over and out.